Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. This is one of my favorite times of the year because we get to hear from our graduating seniors. Senior reflection time. We're delighted to have students with us this evening representing each of our high schools. At this time, I turn it over to Dr. Stan Winborn, who oversees our curriculum and instructional programs. Dr. Winborn.
Thank you, Dr. McLean, and good afternoon, everyone. So, as Dr. McLean said, I'm Stan Winborn. I'm the Associate Superintendent for Curriculum Instruction and Student Services, and we're gathered here today on this warm but beautiful afternoon to enjoy a tradition in Granville County Public Schools, whereby one senior from each of our high schools, selected by their principal, is provided an opportunity to share information about their student experience, their career as a student in Granville County Public Schools. And these senior reflections are a special opportunity to see their unique perspectives as they've matriculated through the grades up to this milestone in their life. So without further ado, let me introduce our first speaker this evening from Granville Academy, Keziah Brown.
Good evening. My name is Keziah Brown, and I am a 2022 graduate of Granville Academy. To start, I would like to thank God, the entirety of Granville County's Board of Education, and Granville Academy's administration for this astounding opportunity. I am beyond honored to speak before you all today. To get right into it, in honesty, I have been in quite the roundabout with school systems in the past. I never truly felt loved and welcomed, and only felt like another number to their Board of Education. That was until I, at the age of 12, moved to Granville County and really experienced what true school spirit and community is like. From the smiling face and loving attitude of Granville County School Superintendent Dr. McLean to oh-so-familiar faces of many Board of Education leaders, such as Mr. Peace, Dr. Houlihan, and Mrs. Anderson, just to name a few. With that said, in this environment, I no longer felt like a number, but instead like a student with a name that mattered. Then moving into my high school years, my time here in Granville County Schools became even better once I, along with my family, came across a school known as Granville Academy. I can confidently voice that I speak on behalf of every student and parent when I say that Granville Academy is the best of the best. From all of the staff to all of the administrators, I've never once been met with a bad or empathetic attitude. Why? Because they care. And I know that I owe part of my success to my principal, Mrs. Wareheim, who works continually to improve and enlighten our school environment, to my amazing school counselor, Ms. Parker, who works so hard and diligently to meet the needs of each student, and to so many other staff and administration leaders, such as Ms. Hicks, Mrs. Powell, and even the school receptionist, Ms. Ellis, who has always met me with a smile. Finally, two others that I dare not leave out are Mrs. Glass, who encouraged me to keep persevering, and now the Executive Director of Operation and Safety, Mr. Graham, who made me feel like family at Granville Academy. My greatest thanks and appreciation go out to each and every one of you. Therefore, with all those things considered, what should I say? I say that I would do it all again. Why? Because my time here was time well spent, well shared, and well experienced. So before I go, I leave you all with a token of love, which comes from the Word of God, with its reference being Numbers chapter 6, verses 24 through 26, which reads, "The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace." Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you so much, Ms. Brown. Next, from Granville Central High School, we have Miss Jessica Beltran.
Hello, my name is Jessica Beltran. I am from Granville Central High School. I would like to say thank you to the Superintendent, the Board of Education, fellow seniors in the class of 2022, and all guests. As I reflect on my time here within Granville County Public Schools, it is hard to choose just a few memories, but here it goes. Mr. Strauss is my 5th grade teacher at Tar River Elementary School. He was my favorite teacher because he made learning fun and exciting, and it made me want to come to school every day, which helped me improve my classwork since that was still the time when I was transitioning from my homeschool career to public school with Granville County. moving on to middle school, I attended GC Hawley. So Mr. Eisenhart was my 7th grade history teacher. My family together are big history buffs. So he made the topic of world history interesting and exciting to learn. The following year, I had Mr. Cope for my 8th grade history and science teacher at GC Hawley. This was around the time when my interest in aerospace engineering began to blossom. Mr. Cope loves teaching science, and he always made me feel comfortable in his classroom, and he made science fun. The first time I saw the CTE wing at Granville Central High School, I knew where I wanted to go for high school. My dad works at Granville Central, and I would go with him over the summers to help him work. I would always make him take me through the CTE wing and talk about the classes there. I remember my dad told teachers that if they ever found nose or fingerprints on the windows, it was because I had been there that summer to look into the classrooms. My sophomore year, right before COVID hit, I was in the technical engineering design class with Mr. Beach in the CTE wing. We had just started work on our popsicle stick bridges, which is when we got sent home for COVID. So while we were home, my dad decided to buy a 500 pack of popsicle sticks from Amazon, and we built each boat a bridge at home. We then also tested and filmed the recording so my teacher, Mr. Beach, could play it for the class the next day. COVID made my junior year for me and most of my classmates difficult, but particularly for me because I'm not a fan of online learning. I much prefer in person. Mr. Henley was my honors chemistry teacher that year, and seeing him every day, even though we were online, it made me feel like I was still in person in that class while he taught history. Well, not history, chemistry. Chemistry is one of my favorite scientists, so I enjoyed being able to still feel like I was in the classroom when I was online. Finally, senior year arrived, and I got to be back in person. While we did have math first part semester, I did not mind it. Miss Herber was my arts and civics economics teacher. In between the mumbling and grumbling of my classmates, she somehow managed to teach us the important lessons about our Constitution, always with a smile and her witty comments, and keeping those masks on, my classmates. For all 4 years of my career at Granville Central High School, I was a starter on our Granville Central girls soccer team. This year, I was a captain with one of my friends. I was also the high scorer for the conference this year throughout the season, and my junior year, I scored the winning goal in our first round of playoffs, which ended up going to double overtime. The goal came from a corner kick that I took on the left side of our field. The first kick I took for that corner in double overtime went a little far, so I moved it forward, and it happened to curve in the back 90 behind the keeper, so that was very fun. I enjoyed playing soccer at Granville Central with all my friends. It helped me find my goals and accomplishments throughout the year, succeeding them with my teammates, the support from our coaches, and from the parents throughout the year. It has been an honor to be a student in Granville County. My time in Granville County Public Schools has helped me grow into who I am today and helped me find where I plan to go next. My time with Granville County Public Schools with so many dedicated talented teachers has helped me develop my dreams and future plans. I have learned so much through my time in Granville County Public Schools and plan to take those lessons with me through the future. Even as I graduate and leave NC for college at Virginia Tech, I hope to remain in touch with my friends and some teachers I had as I continue my education and strive for my dream as an aerospace engineer. Thank you for this opportunity to share my senior reflections tonight.
Thank you, Ms. Beltran. Next, from Granville Early College High School, Ms. Savannah Thompson.
Good evening. Thank you for allowing me the time to speak tonight and reflect over my years at Granville County Schools. I have never lived in Granville County, but I have been fortunate enough to attend school here because my mom is the physical therapist for the county. I began my elementary years at Mount Energy, where I attended kindergarten and first grade. In second grade, a new elementary school opened in the county and my mom's base school changed, so I finished my elementary years at Tar River. I had outstanding teachers throughout elementary school, but one thing that stands out to me was the strong music program. I was a member of the Terra Tunes and got to participate in many community school concerts, as well as singing the national anthem at the Durham Bulls game. My middle school years were spent at Hawley Middle School, where I continued to excel in my academics and was also able to play both volleyball and softball. The middle school years are what every parent dreads, but the supportive teachers and staff at Hawley made my time there successful. My absolute two favorite teachers of all time both taught me while I was a student there. I continue to keep in touch with them and have gained lifelong mentors, supporters, and friends. At the end of 8th grade, it was my time to decide where I wanted to attend high school. I had my heart set on Granville Early College High School, so when I was accepted, I couldn't have been happier. The early college allowed me to meet new people, take honors classes, along with college classes at Vance Granville, all while still letting me enjoy high school and play varsity softball at South Granville. My high school career was far from normal because of the pandemic. Through this difficult time, the staff always made a point to check up on the students and still truly got to know everyone even while we were at home due to COVID and taking online classes. I had, and still have, an amazing support system, and Granville Early College High School has without a doubt pushed me and prepared me for my future. If I could do it all over again, I wouldn't change a thing. In the fall, I will be attending North Carolina Wesleyan University, where I will study exercise science and continue my softball career. This would not have been possible without the teachers, administrators, coaches, friends, and mentors I had throughout my time in Granville County Schools. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Thompson. At this time, I'd like to call Ms. Faith Royster to the podium from J.F. Webb High School.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Faith Royster, and I'm a 22 graduate of J.F. Webb High School. Tonight, I have the honor of sharing you all with my story of attending Granville County Public Schools. My story started before I was even an official student of Granville County Public Schools. I have a brother named Philip who is 2 years older than me. When he started pre-K at West Oxford, his teacher was named Miss Stewart. Although it was his teacher, I felt like she was my teacher as well because I was included in activities and field trips. And this went on through kindergarten with Miss Stewart and his first grade teachers, Miss Rogers and Miss Cruz. What made West Oxford so special is that every teacher my brother had, I had them as well. My most memorable teachers from West Oxford were Miss McMahon and Miss Harris. These two were very nurturing when it came to schoolwork and prepared me for the ELG. They got me in line like my mom would have. I attended West Oxford all the way up to the 4th grade, but decided to do my 5th grade year at Joe Toller Elementary when Granville County started the option of school of choice, Go Tigers. When I went to Joe Toller, things changed for me because I knew no one and no one knew me. It wasn't like West Oxford where my teachers already knew me. I had to start my own path. It was challenging at first, but I adapted very well. Although I may have been there for 1 year, I can say I had the best 5th grade year. It was something about the Joe Toller community that felt like a family. After graduating 5th grade from Joe Toller, I attended Northern Granville Middle School. Northern Granville was the best school I ever attended thanks to my principal, Miss Clark. Northern Granville is where I started my leadership skills. I was a part of the Student Council, Principal Advisory, and National Junior Honor Society. My 7th grade year was when Dr. McLean, my Aunt Lisa, came to Granville County and she started the Superintendent Student Ambassador Council. This is where I began calling her my aunt because she loved me as I reminded her of her daughter and I loved her. I have held this position to represent my school from 7th grade to the 12th grade. I enjoyed being the voice for my school. When I graduated from Northern Granville, I then went to Webb for high school. The thing I love most about Webb is that our teachers and principal know our parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, basically our whole family. This is why I felt like our teachers push and help us reach our full capabilities. For my freshman year, I was a part of the School of Health and Life Sciences until it got shut down. RIP School of Health and Life Sciences. When we were notified that the School of Health and Life Sciences would be closing, I was chosen by Ms. Salisbury to be a part of the student advisory. It was an advisory of students from Life and Science, regular Webb, administration, and board members to plan what the new Webb would look like as one. We took a field trip to Wakefield High School to talk to students and staff to get ideas and advice because their school experienced something similar. The coolest thing about this advisory is that we helped design our new mascot. They would always say, I was a student who would speak the truth because at first it was not looking too good, but we eventually all agreed and got on the same page. My sophomore year was when we became one school and I got close with Miss Rice. Miss Rice was happy because I was officially her student and I was too. Since my freshman year, she called me Miss Webb, and little did I know this year I will officially be crowned Miss Webb. In February of my sophomore year, I had surgery, which meant I had to be out for a while. After I was cleared by my doctor to go back to school, my mom did not want me to go back because I was not allowed to lift anything. So she called Miss Rice and told her that I would still be out for a while, and Miss Rice said, no, my faith can come back. I would assign her a buddy. I literally only lifted a pencil. I had a buddy that would meet me in the morning in my mom's car, in between classes, in class, and at the end of the day when my mom picked me up. I must say I enjoyed it. It felt like royalty because I didn't have to do anything for myself. Although Miss Rice is no longer the principal, she is still there for me like she would be if she was the principal, but Dr. Fugo has filled her shoes wonderfully. My freshman year, I had Miss Howard as my Earth Environmental Sciences teacher. After I passed her class and moved on with sciences, even though she was not my teacher, she was nice enough to tutor me on the weekends so I could understand my work. This year, I had the honor of being a part of the PLTW program. This has been the best program I have ever been a part of. In PLTW, we learn about biomedical sciences, and we literally learn about every job, from autopsies to medical examiners to anthropologists, DNA blood splatter analysis, and the list goes on. We even dissected a heart, a femur, a brain, an eyeball, and a kidney in Miss Howard and Miss Lee's class. Yes, it sounds disgusting and the smell was terrible, but I loved it. I would like to thank Miss Howard and Miss Lee's because they are the reason how I decided what I want to do in my future. In the fall, I will be attending the illustrious North Carolina A&T State University, and I will be majoring in criminal justice with a concentration in forensic science, with hopes of working in a crime lab one day. Lastly, I would like to give a shout out to Mr. Small, my guidance counselor. I have been awarded multiple scholarships because he would literally send multiple emails out to students and parents. No one can say they did not know about any scholarships. Without my education, the late nights of studying, the special awards and honors, I would not be where I am today. Thank you, Granville County Public Schools.
Thank you, Ms. Royster. And last, from South Granville High School, Ms. Trinity Branch.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to summarize my experience in Granville County Public Schools, especially since it was very different from everybody else's. It started off, my name is Trinity Branch, and I'm a graduating senior at South Granville High School. Now, like I said, I had quite the unique experience. You want to know how unique it was? I'll be transparent with you. My first year in Granville County Public Schools was my senior year. Now imagine you're an 18-year-old and you've been raised in the same community for almost 9-10 years, the same group of kids and all. Then you come to a completely new school that you heard of, seen, maybe played against, but never actually experienced. That was terrifying. And as the shy, reserved person that I am, it was even more terrifying. So many questions ran through my head. Would I fit in? Is it possible to make friends while in my last year of high school? Will I find anything that interests me? Etc., etc. I came from a very small charter school in Vance County. Like I said, everyone knew everyone, there was a lot of structure, and everything was pretty uniform. When I came to South Granville, that was not the case. There was something new to engage students every week. It was something to do every week. It was clubs, sports, you name it. And I was not used to that. Like I said, I was used to uniform things going a certain way every day, routine. But it was a lot of surprises, good surprises, while attending South Granville High School. But with the help of Miss Jordan and Miss Boo, I was able to get active in this community quite fast. When I came in September, I joined the varsity volleyball team. And when I thought that was enough to keep me busy from the season, there was Miss Jordan and Miss Boo. They had other things in mind. I joined some health science courses, HOSA, senior staff, and what I believe was 1 week from me being on campus. I even helped with football teams when I didn't have a game myself. I think it's clear to say they kept me on my toes. But I didn't mind because I built new relationships that I didn't think would be possible. And honestly, I had fun. It felt like I belonged to something. And it's always a nice feeling to have when you're a new student. Later in the year, I was starting to get into the groove. I was doing awesome in my classes, had a lot of senior benefits, like not getting to school till 12 o'clock. I met some new teachers who made me feel welcome and were always ready to help me when I had a question. I wasn't ever afraid to ask questions, and usually when you're the new student, you're kind of scared to raise your hand in class and, reach out, but that wasn't really a problem. Everybody made me feel welcome. By this time, they were used to seeing me run around the school quite a lot, since I was always helping put up decorations, organizing classrooms, or completing projects for my respective clubs. Or I was just running behind Miss Jordan all the time. I felt immensely involved and welcomed at this point. And I even took on more responsibilities, like ticketing at basketball games with Miss Jenkins, or selling concessions. At this point, I was volunteering to do anything that I could. Any time that was open and available, and I had it, I took it. And it felt good because there was good people, I was amongst good people, and I was doing good things. Now in the last quarter of my year, I was able to gain many opportunities through my health science and CTE courses. Opportunities that I wasn't even aware of at my old school. I became Gold Certified in Work Keys, OSHA Certified, CPR Certified, and inducted into the National Technical Honor Society. I was even more excited to graduate with these credentials in my name. Overall, my experience at South Granville was quite eventful, fun, and encouraging. And I would recommend this school to anyone and this community to anyone, especially those who deem themselves as shy, because they will make sure that you have something to do. You cannot say, oh, I didn't go to a game, I didn't go to this, I didn't have this club. No, you have it because it's provided, and you just got to take your opportunity. And that's what Granville County and the community taught me, to take my opportunity and be ready for action. Thank you, Granville County, and thank you, South Granville.
Thank you, Ms. Branch, and thank you, all 5 young ladies, for your comments tonight. They truly were inspiring. Let's give them all another round of applause. Now I'd like to introduce our chairman of the Board of Education, Mr. David Richardson, who will bring some closing remarks.
You've heard some wonderful things from some really great students, haven't you? The year of 22 could probably be called the year of the woman, it looks like. So I have learned so much listening to them. Miss Rice, I need a buddy. We need to talk afterwards. But ladies, I'm very impressed with what your well-roundedness has shown us in Granville County Public Schools. What we have seen is students that have excelled at academics, at athletics, at arts and clubs, CTE programs. Everything Granville County has to offer, they've taken advantage of, and we're very thankful for that. And so as you go out into the community, you can point back to today in this class and say that we've seen a group of students come through that took advantage of those and preparing their way for their next step in their journey, and we're very excited about that. These ladies have represented their fellow graduates well, and a few of them we will see this weekend, and we'll be able to congratulate them again. One of them has already graduated. And so, again, on behalf of the board, we are so very proud of you ladies, so very thankful for your time in Granville County Schools, and that you would share that with us tonight. And so, again, make sure that you have a moment before we start our board meeting that you congratulate these ladies. Also in the back, speaking of CTE, our CTE food trailer is back there serving refreshments. We would love for you to go back there and experience that. That's a new addition to our offerings and programs. And so as you get a chance to congratulate these ladies, work your way back there and make sure you have some refreshments. So again, thank you for coming this afternoon. And ladies, again, thank you so very much. Let's give them another round of applause.